Okay, part two of this video starts where we left off in part one. We've changed the starting date to 1965 to be a little bit more conservative. We found the value that you can spend without any discretionary spending to end up with the same 1.5 million that we started with. And now we're going to look at this scenario 2 over here. So right now I have the same values filled in here that were in the article, but since we've changed the date to 1965, they no longer work. We end up with a negative value. So what we want to try to do is change these a little bit. First thing I do is just change this to 10%, see how that does. And sure enough, that does give us a positive value. So what these two values are again is this is a optional spending amount, it says right here, which is equal to, this is the percentage of the monthly gains in the previous month that you will spend if you have positive gains. This is a fixed dollar amount that you will spend if you have positive gains, and the way that the equation is set up is whichever of these is greater is what you're going to spend. So you can see sometimes it's one, sometimes it's other, and sometimes it's zero if you had a loss. So what I'm going to do is actually try to find the value of this dollar amount that where we end up with the same amount we start. We're going to use this goal seek function again. I'm actually going to just set that to 1, which equals 100%, and then by changing this cell. Okay, so it's found a solution to that. So this is a little different from what they had in the article, but same idea. And now what we can do is look at these two last tabs here, which compare this fixed spending strategy with this variable spending. So this shows the difference in the portfolio value. It's actually not that much. And the other thing it shows is just the difference in the cumulative amount of spending. And so in this case, we see that we have spent a total of like a little under 2.9 million over the full period, which this is longer than probably anybody's going to live. So it's really not that much different. Having said this, also, if you try some other examples, including the starting at 1925, you don't always end up doing better with this variable spending thing. So I actually kind of question the conclusion that was made in the article. What I don't question is this is an extremely useful tool. So another thing to look at is this 12-month spending graph. The blue, again, is the constant spend. So we're spending about $52,000 a year and end up with the same amount we start with. This is this variable spending thing. You can see that sometimes you're spending as little as $32,000, and then sometimes you're spending up to like $90,000. So as long as you can handle that kind of swing, then you may do better, but as I said, I don't think it always works out that way. So that's really it. You can now play however you want with these different values. The other thing you can do if you feel comfortable with Excel is go to the top of this column and change this equation to whatever you want. So this really gives you a lot of flexibility to explore any kind of withdrawal strategy that you might want to try. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful. Thank you.